We have an update on the Lucha Bros joining WWE. There's the latest on AEW's new TV deal. Steph provides an injury update, and a WWE couple welcomes their first child into the world. Hello and welcome to WhatCulture Wrestling, the solo Sunday news. Myself, Andrew Pollard. I hope you're well. I hope your weekend is going as well as it possibly can. It's a very, very, very wet one here in North Wales, but hey, I like the rain and I'm inside. So double A, and Wrexham are top of the league after a very sturdy 2-1 win over Crawley Town yesterday. But I'm not boring you with football because we're here to talk wrestling, and we're going to start off by talking about Rey Fenix and Penta El Zero Miedo heading to WWE. Now, this is a story that's been doing the rounds for the last couple of months. Throughout the summer, Penta has said to many people, supposedly, that he expects the Lucha Bros to join WWE as a package deal and skip NXT and go straight to the main roster. There are reports this past week that the deal has been signed, that Lucha Bros are officially in WWE, that merchandise is being worked on already for them. Now, Fightful Select has a slight update on this that basically says that yeah, that's happening, but just not quite there just yet. As in, Phoenix and Penta have not signed with WWE as of this weekend, although it is expected that they will be joining the company. And it is expected that I believe that they are going to be going straight to the main roster. Now, to me, it's a no-brainer. If the Lucha Bros are free agents, or talents are available, whichever company you are, you do your best to sign the Lucha Bros, whether that's a tag team, whether that is with a view of having them as single stars. I mean, for me, there's a twisted part of my brain that longs for the arm snapping crazy Penta that we had in Lucha Underground back in the day. But hey, if you're going to give me them as a tag team in WWE on Raw or SmackDown, I am absolutely fine with that. Because let's face it, I think the tag team division on either Raw or SmackDown, both of them are just feel a little bit lacking at the moment. There's some really great teams there, some really, really good teams there. But I don't know, it just feels like there needs to be a little oomph put in. Especially on Raw. So yeah, the Lucha Bros are heading to WWE, but it's not there yet. It's nearly there by all accounts, but it's not quite there. And on that same sort of topic, there is an update on AEW's TV negotiations with Warner Brother Discovery. Now, this again is another story that's been doing the rounds a lot over the last few weeks and months. And there's again a slight update here this weekend, coming from firstly from Dave Meltzer over at Figure 4 Weekly's premium service, who reported that the kind of the biggest news in this latest update is that AEW pay-per-views will be airing on the HBO Max streaming service as part of this new deal, and that will start in January. Andrew Zarian of the Matmen podcast also reports that the deal is done between AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery, with a belief that it could be announced as soon as this coming week, which to me makes perfect sense because you've got your big Grand Slam show coming up on Wednesday. What a perfect time to announce your new TV deal. It just feels like, yeah, that day, that Wednesday, maybe even do it on Dynamite, would be the perfect time to announce a new deal with WBD. Now, the pay-per-views, while they will be on HBO Max, from January, they are going to still be available through other services such as, for me, I use Triller TV, the former Fight TV. And this deal with WBD and AEW, it's a 3-year deal with the option of a 4th, and it's worth in the region of $170 million per year, which is a very, very nice sum. AEW shows will run on TNT, TBS, and also on True TV, with it possible that the True TV side might be for replays of Dynamite and Collision, though there is no mention of Rampage in all of this, which, again, that feeds into speculation in the last week or two that Rampage, it might be getting the axe, which would be no great loss to me because I have not watched Rampage in a long time. I've got too much things to do than watch 1 hour of nothing television. Tony Khan did appear on Busted Open Radio this week as well, where he said he's confident that AEW will remain on TNT and TBS for a long time, but again reiterated that nothing has been announced from either side. So basically just kind of alluding to the fact that, like, yeah, we've done something, we've agreed on something, but we're just not going to announce it yet. So yeah, it was nice to see Tony Khan on Busted Open for the first time in what felt like a long time, because I mean, the early days of AEW, Tony would be on there every single week, and then he kind of stopped, mainly because, I mean, Busted Open, there were some critiques of AEW programming, and rightly so, because, I mean, if something is not great, you can call something out for not being great. That's kind of the whole point of shows like Busted Open, or anyone that's commenting on wrestling TV is like, when it's good, you say it's good. When it's not so good, you can say it's not so good. Like, it seems to like that kind of tied in with like all of a sudden Tony Khan's stopping appearing on Busted Open, but he was back with Dave LaGreca. I've not seen the full interview yet, but I have seen the clips, the comments he made about Warner's well, that's easy for me to say. Too much caffeine this morning. Warner Brothers Discovery and their potential new deal. Right, changing gears. We've gone from WWE, we've gone to AEW, and now let's have a little stop off with TNA and with Steph DeLander. Now, if you saw TNA Victory Road last Friday, that was, so just over a week ago. Steph DeLander, it was supposed to be Steph DeLander and Matt Cardona against PCO and Rhino. Unfortunately, Steph DeLander came out and announced that she's having to have neck surgery. And she's provided an update on this, speaking on her That's Cooked podcast with Mance Warner. I did not know that Steph DeLander and Mance Warner were a couple, but they seem like they really enjoy each other's company, which is always good when you're a couple, I guess. That seems like a very obvious thing to say. But yeah, Steph DeLander provided an update, just basically giving a bit more detail on what this surgery is and why she's having it done. By all accounts, it sounds like it's something that she doesn't have to have done, that she could put off, but she'd rather get it done now, get the issue taken care of in order to prolong her career, because as she put, it's not a career-ending surgery. It's going to be fusion of C5 and C6, but she's just really wants to get it done now rather than put it off and risk something more serious happening down the line. In terms of recovery, Steph said it's going to be 6+ months, maybe more. It was previously suggested that this could be anywhere between 6 and 10 months, maybe even up to a year. But again, she reiterated this is absolutely not, were her words, a career-ending surgery. She's talked to people who's had the procedure before, who said that they felt like $1 million once it's done. So yeah, it's just a case of, right, something that needs doing. It can be put off, but it's rather, nip it in the bud, address the issue now, and then have a long, prosperous, successful career. Because Steph DeLander, hell of a talent, man, absolute hell of a talent. So yeah, best wishes for myself and all of us here at WhatCulture Wrestling to Steph on surgery and the subsequent road to recovery. But speaking of best wishes, there is one other round of best wishes to hand out today, this weekend, and that is to Kelly Kincaid and Elton Prince, who welcomed their first child into the world over the weekend. I believe it was Friday, actually. Poppy Faye Howley, Kelly Kincaid, posted to Instagram to announce that they have had a baby. And it's Kelly Kincaid. It's great to see her in such a spotlight on NXT as backstage interview there, doing such a great job. This is somebody who I always thought, she always jumped out during the Ring of Honor days as Quinn McKay. She wrestled, but for me, it's more that the hosting side of things. Did a particularly brilliant job during the pandemic, I thought, because, there weren't many wrestling highlights and standout moments and good moments throughout the pandemic, but the personal highlight for me was the Ring of Honor bringing back the Pure title and having a tournament for it. And she'd host all of that and just did such a brilliant job of introducing the wrestlers. Because, for me, it was the first time I'd seen Wheeler Yuta. It's the first time I've seen Fred Yehi, the Savage Weight, who's just an absolute beast. Obviously, you had big names in there like Jonathan Gresham. Josh Woods was in there as well. Gresham winning the whole thing and becoming the new Pure champion. But yeah, Quinn McKay, Kelly Kincaid was just absolutely great throughout all of that, and she's been absolutely killing it in NXT. And it's I don't know, it felt like a lost art, the backstage interviewer, for so long, but the last couple of years, there's some really good ones in the game these days. Elton Prince, of course, one half of Pretty Deadly, yes boy, who to me are a properly entertaining tag team. I know Pretty Deadly are not for everybody, but for me, I just get such a kick out of them. I think they're a really entertaining duo. There was that really awful segment the other week with Nia Jax and the singing and the congratulations and celebrations. That not so much, but yeah, just talk about tag teams before and about the depth on Raw and SmackDown. Pretty Deadly to me is somebody that you could do a lot with. So yes, anyway, yes boy, from me, from all of us at WhatCulture Wrestling, a big congratulations to Kelly Kincaid, to Elton Prince on the birth of Poppy Faye Howley. And that brings things to an end. As Phil Chambers would say, continue your YouTube journey here and click on another fantastic, great video. I'm off to drink more coffee because hey, it's Sunday and that's kind of what I do. Be sure you have the best rest of your Sunday, the rest of your weekend. Hopefully the weather is not too crazy where you are. We had some mad nuts thunder and lightning yesterday. Even like a house got set on fire by lightning. It was nuts. It was crazy. Raining sideways. I haven't seen rain that bad for ages. Biblical rain. But now I'm waffling. I'm going to go get some strong black coffee. Have a great rest of your day. Andy Murray and Wilborn will be back tomorrow, I believe. And I will see you next weekend.